Okay, friends, it's a big week. We've got World Certification Week going on. It's awesome. Make sure you're getting certified. And we have this Sales Hub, Service Hub Pro refresh magic going on where some features have moved down from Enterprise to Pro. I'm very excited about this. Conversation Intelligence is our tool that lets you analyze calls. Let me just hop in and show it to you. Here we are on the calls page, which is you can get to through this object selector just like any other object. It's actually also got its own item under the main navigation here. And what you'll see is all your recorded calls listed out here. They'll get transcribed, and then if you click into one, you'll get this view. And we've got a lot of things here. We can listen to the recording. We can see what percentage of the time was me talking versus this prospect I was talking to. We can listen to it at different speeds. Over here on the right, we get a transcript. We can sort through. We can search the transcript. Like, did you talk about social media? Yep, there it is. We can find it. And also you can comment, right? So like if you're coaching your reps and you're like, hi, how are you? Man, you can do a better opening than this, Kyle. Maybe you should, we give some advice here and we save that. Now we're having a conversation about how this rep can improve on the phone. So all of this is now available in Pro. The main feature difference between Pro and Enterprise are these tracked terms. So in Pro, you're not going to get these tracked terms. In Enterprise, you can set up certain terms to be tracked. This is now live today. If you have Pro, Sales Hub or Service Hub Professional, you have Conversation Intelligence. So start recording your calls, start analyzing them, work with your team to coach them, help them improve, and enjoy. Friends, we've got a really cool new publishing experience inside the social tool. So check this out. Here's the old experience. Here is a portal that is not opted into the new beta. And if you create social posts, you get a sidebar. And if I had my accounts connected, you would play in this space. If you create social posts in HubSpot, you are very familiar with this. Here's the new experience. So here is one that's opted into the beta, and you should see in your portal this little beta tag here, so you can opt into this new experience. It won't be there by default. You do need to opt in. When you click create social post, first thing you're going to notice is this is a full screen editing experience, which is pretty sweet, but it gets even better. Look at this. Let's say I want to post to a Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and LinkedIn all at once. How about this? Look at this. There we go. And now I'm just gonna, in this draft tab, I'm gonna say, hey, this is my post. Check it out. And look, I am crafting 4 social media posts simultaneously. And I'm gonna add some media here. Let's add a cool picture. We've got some cool pictures in here. That looks fun. We'll do this one. And ta-da! Now look, we've got them all here. I can schedule this, right? That looks good. I can select a campaign. Of course, we absolutely want to select a campaign. Campaigns are getting so awesome now. And then look, if I want to do things differently, right? Maybe on Facebook, the hashtags are a little different, right? So here's my Facebook hashtag. And now we're just updating the Facebook one, right? And on Instagram, maybe we want Insta hashtag. So it doesn't have to be exactly the same post to post, but you're giving yourself this foundation to work on. And look, this is fun too. I really like this one. I'm gonna clone it. And now this is my second post, right? And we can schedule it for a different time and stuff. Or if we decide, nah, we just want one, just do one. And now look, go to the review tab. And here you see them in a list with all your details and stuff. But this is fun. Look, preview. This is what it will look like on Facebook. This is what it'll look like on Twitter. We can look through these. This is fun. And then we can just go ahead and schedule the post. Hey friends, got a pretty cool update to web-based feedback surveys. So check this out. Here I am on the feedback surveys page. I'm gonna create a new survey. This works for CSAT and NPS. We'll do CSAT. And this is specifically for web page based feedback. So this little pop-up to ask people what they think of your website. We got some new options here. There used to be 2 different pages. There's like a settings page and an audience page up here at the top. We've combined those together into a single targeting page. And check this out. I love how this is laid out. We've got who, where, and when, and frequency, right? So who, we can show it to all visitors. We can do it based on when they became a customer. We can do a static list, or we can do just totally custom, whatever properties you want to do. Then you're gonna decide where this appears. You can put it on all web pages, or you can select specific ones based on matching things. You can do by query parameters. And you can add exclusion rules as well. You can control whether or not it's going to be on mobile. You can choose when it should appear, after they've been on a certain number of seconds. 2 seconds is recommended, or 50% page scroll, also an option. And then frequency, choose when you want visitors to retake the survey. You can do never, or you can do every time, or after a set period of time, whatever you think. Collaboration tools are my new favorite thing inside of HubSpot. Well, here I am editing a form. And on this sidebar here, this sidebar, this collaboration sidebar is pretty cool. We can see a calendar. We can assign tasks. So if you're creating a form or anything else, and you want to coordinate your efforts with other things that are happening, that's cool. But let me draw your attention to comment mode. For a long time, we've had this sidebar where you could add comments about the form in general or whatever you're working on. But check out comment mode. This is so fun. Look, now I have this little big crosshairs thing, and let's say I want to add a comment on this first name field. Yeah, I can do that. Here's a comment about first name, right? And we can start a threaded conversation right here about first name, just like in like a Google Doc or something. You might highlight a bit of text. You can do that. You can do that for anything here. And look, it's not just on this page. We could talk about. What do we want our thank you message to say? Do we want to turn this option on? Who should get, right? Just all over. Anywhere you might want to comment on a thing, you can comment on a thing. Do we want these to be marketing contacts? Let's have a conversation about that. But look, it doesn't stop there either. Let's go back to all forms here, and let's look at the performance, the details for one of these forms. Do we have comment mode here? Yes, we have comment mode here. And so we can totally if we want to have conversations about specific report, and this is forms, but it's not just forms. Here I am on my very catchily named campaign, and we have all the same options here. And look, yes, comment mode exists here, but it's not just that either. Here I am in workflows. Can we do it in workflows? You know we can do it in workflows. Comment mode works in workflows too. Let's talk about all kinds of stuff. Do we really want this action here? I don't know. Let's have a conversation about it. You guys, this is just so much fun. I can't get enough. I want to let you all know that if you're not using HubSpot's native calling feature, there are integrations that work with these features. So check this out. Here I am inside the app marketplace, and we have this new conversation intelligence apps collection. And if you see, there's these 7 providers here. If you are using any of these providers for calling, they will integrate with these features, so you can have that analysis inside of HubSpot. Again, you don't have to be using HubSpot's native calling tool. If you're using any one of these, you can benefit from these features. And remember, here I am on the workflows page. Let's look at the logs for this new referral workflow here. So we'll hit actions and go to details. Come to this details page. Here's the action logs page. And here you can see a list of all these different logs. What we've added is the ability for you to understand what actions happen during which revisions for a particular workflow. So you can look at, the logs for all revisions, but here you can see all the different versions of this workflow. And the ones that are grayed out are ones that I revised it, but I never turned it on. But this one, August 20th, I turned it on, and some records went through. But then look, I can further refine it. Let's see just the ones, that went through the send an email action. Now we are seeing just the contacts that went through this workflow for this revision and for this action. Now we can really zero in on where things happened or might have gone wrong and figure out exactly what's going on. This is now live inside the workflows tool. Waiting 5 minutes can feel like waiting forever. So we have given you a sync now button. Check it out. Here I am on a Square integration. Square is powered by DataSync, and there's this sync now button. And so if now, in this moment, right now, I would really like DataSync to just sync, I can just click it, and it'll sync. And that's all I have to do. Wait for it. Ta-da! Done. So anyway, this is now live, now exists inside DataSync. It's the little things that matter, you guys. I hope you check it out. Go click it just for fun. The reporting team is just going nuts over here. I can't even keep up. So today I'm gonna bundle 3 reporting updates together into a single video so you can get all of them. So here we are on the reporting page. And actually this first one you don't even have to be on the reporting page for, because it's inside the global search. And I love the global search inside of HubSpot. So if I search for target account, you're going to see over here navigation for target account. You're going to see target, which is an account. It's a company. But then the new thing is dashboards. I have 2 different dashboards called target account landscape. That's why there seems to be a duplicate here. But you can now search for your dashboards here on the global search and click on them. Number 2 is when you're creating a custom report. In the custom report builder, we have a new data source, which is ad performance metrics. So let's check this out. If we go to the custom report builder, building a report of ad performance metrics, there are a ton of properties in here, far more than I was expecting. But the ones I want to call your attention to are down here at the bottom. Ad performance metrics properties. You can see clicks, you can see likes, impressions, engagements. You can filter by your ad accounts or whatever. There are just a lot of things here in addition to all of these other ad properties that are here, the budgets and the networks and the IDs and the ad campaigns. All these things you can now report on. Update number 3 is with pivot tables. I don't have any good ad performance data in here to build a pivot table with, but here's a screenshot of a pivot table. You can now have up to 4 rows and 4 columns broken down here, and there's this new subtotals box that you can turn on for the different sections. Hey friends, we just did an overhaul to the index pages inside of HubSpot. So when I say index pages, I mean like the contacts page and the companies page and the deals and tickets and custom objects pages. So check this out. First of all, when you come here, you might notice there are now lines between the columns, and subtly, this is actually functionality where you can now resize the columns if they're not quite the right size. Having a lot of space over here for this 8 property, not very much space for my email property. I can now just drag and drop to get these the size I want. Another thing is, you used to be limited to 5 tabs up here, but now if you're a tab junkie like me in your web browser of choice, you can now have up to 50. And there's no need to pin them. It used to be if you didn't pin them here, they would disappear. Now if you navigate away, come back, the tabs are going to be exactly as you left them, with the one you were on being highlighted. And if you want to get rid of a tab, there's just a little X. So it's very much a browser-like experience for you. Here I am on a contact that has reached out and said, I want to be GDPR erased, forget me forever. So under the actions menu, we have this delete button, as we have had for ages. And this is what our standard delete has always been. It goes to that recycling bin, and it's there for up to 90 days, and you can restore them. But there is this permanent delete this contact and all its associated content to follow privacy laws and regulations. This will annihilate all trace of this record, all of the associated activities, everything in integrations, everything in your audiences, everywhere. This person will be gone, and this is irreversible. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. Poof, gone. Now, here's a couple things you need to know in connection to this. Under settings, under account defaults and security, we have a few security logs. Your security activity log will now include a record of these GDPR deletes. So you can see those, and I'll show you what that looks like here. So here you can see my user did a GDPR delete of an object with this ID. Because the record is deleted, we can't go having like an email address here or anything, but at least there is some record of who is GDPR deleting what. And because it's important to have controls in place, we also have a permission for this now. So if we look at, here I am creating a permission set. If you go under account, there is a GDPR delete contacts option. You can turn that off so that people will only be able to do soft deletes, not these hard deletes. Hey friends, a few days ago, a week ago, I don't remember, I told you about a new workflow feature where you could filter by revision and by action and see what records went through. We've added another cool feature like that. So check this out. Here I am on the workflow creation page, and tucked away here under the more menu, we've added view enrollments. So if you click on this, you're gonna see a list of every record that has ever gone through this workflow and when it was enrolled. And from this same spot, you can manually enroll records and send them through, and then they get added to the list. You can also filter this to see just the ones that were enrolled during a particular time frame. This is now live. Check it out. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions. So check this out. Here I am at developers.hubspot.com, our API documentation. We now have quotes documentation, and we have this nice overview here of all the things you can do, and the endpoints, which let you create and update quotes, manage discounting fees and taxes, associating discounts, taxes, and fees. You can access all the endpoints here. It's a pretty long list, pretty comprehensive. If there's anything the integrators or developers in your life would like to do with quotes, they can now do it through the API. Hey friends, line items now support fractional entries for quantities. So check this out. Here I am generating a deal, and I have this 1 hour of consulting product added to this as a line item, and it's $100 an hour, and a quantity is 1, and here it is. And until now, you've had to have whole numbers here. So if you sold something like this on an hourly base, and someone wanted like an hour and a half of consulting, you'd have to create 2 different products, right? The 1 hour and half hour, or you'd have to create like 10-minute blocks and give people 9 of them. Anyway, now, ta-da, 1.5, and it does the math. You can have up to 7 decimal points here. So, right, 1 1/4, no problem. We can handle it. 1, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Anyway, this now lets you do any sort of fractional quantity you want inside your quantities in your line items. This is now live. Enjoy it, love it. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions. Hey friends, if you have Marketing Hub Enterprise, you can now partition your social media accounts to different teams and individuals. Check this out. So here I am in the social settings page, here on the settings page, and have all my accounts listed here. And you can see who has account access, right? And so this one, let's say I don't want to give access to everyone. I want to select specific users and teams who can use this. Maybe all the Canada team, or the Toronto team, or maybe the UK, or whatever I decide. I can save that, and now they're the only ones who can edit blog posts for this account. And that's not all. That's not the only place this appears. If we go back to our socials page, if you're a super admin, you can filter this page and see just what is that Toronto team working on. You can see the things they're producing here. Same on the analyze page. There's this drop down here. We're looking at just the Toronto metrics, but we can see what our UK team is doing and get all the information. Okay, friends, revenue goals inside HubSpot just got a huge overhaul. Check this out. So here I am inside. If you've ever created sales or service goals inside of HubSpot, you've seen this screen. It's under tracking and analytics. There's a goals section. You can set different kinds of goals, and if you create them, it's this sidebar experience where you say, I'm going to set a sales goal of deals created and for a particular pipeline and select people. We have now separated out. You can see this section is now called supplemental goals. There's a new revenue goals section, and this is pretty cool. Check it out. So now if I create a goal, nice full screen experience, and I'll give this goal a name, Q2 revenue targets or whatever. You'll see where this appears in a minute. Same options here, right? Sales, service. I'm going to make a revenue goal, but you can make other types of goals. Now here's where things start to get really different. Do you intend to forecast for this goal? Right now, forecasting in HubSpot only lets you forecast a single pipeline, and it can be monthly or quarterly. If you say no here, new opportunities open up for you. You can select individual users you want to forecast for, but let's set a team goal, right? Team A for this year, let's set a revenue goal for them. Check this out. Look, we can select, they work across all 4 of our pipelines. Of course they do. And over the course of this year, we want them to make, $10,000, right? So this is this experience. Now if we go back, let's look at the other one. Actually, I really want to be able to forecast on these goals. These are going to be our monthly, quarterly goals per pipeline, right? So I'm going to select some users. Still, I want to do all of Team A. How about that? Select all 3 of them. For year 2022, we're going to do the default pipeline. And now you get the experience. This is basically what you're used to in the old thing, right? Where, you're going to do that much this month and that much this month and that much this month. And we can do all these things we used to do. So this is cool. Check out this final screen. Notifications, right? For the 3 people I'm setting goals for here, we can notify them when the goal starts. We can notify them when it's achieved or missed, and if it gets exceeded, right? And you can turn each of these on or off, whatever you want people to be notified about. I'll leave them all on and hit done. Now look at this dashboard. Here is Andre, and we can see the goal name here and how much we set. There's progress, a progress bar here, and status. The statuses are exceeded, achieved, missed, in progress, pending. So at a glance here, we can see exactly what's going on with him, and we can view the details, right? And we can get this little slide out bar where current progress is 0. Good job, Andre. But all this information is right here. This is a much deeper, more interactive dashboard than you've been accustomed to. This is now live.